welcome to Busted Speakers. I'm Kush.
I'm Alex.
Cam?
And today we're covering Jacob Sartorius, The Last Text EP. Jacob Sartorius is a 14-year-old musician. He first.
I'm sorry.
He first received fame through Vine and Musical.ly. This is his first official project, and I'm just gonna come out and say it's an album of the year. 10 out of 10, 15 out of 10, can't beat it. And I think
15 out of 10?
Yeah, we can just call it a day now.
I think I'm going to give it like 17 out of 10 just because why not? I loved it. I'm going to listen to this every day just to like affirm to myself that life is worth living.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are smoking. This album is incredible. It's amazing. I gave it like 5 trillion out of 10.
Okay, that's going a bit far. I wouldn't. We've only got a limited amount of scoring points, and you wasted most of them on this EP or whatever.
Okay,
Rats.
so let's get into the songs. First song was Last Text. So my first thing was why the hell are you singing this? You're 14 years old. What do you know about love? That was my first comment.
I wrote like this is kind of creepy lyrics. Like if a 35-year-old guy had these kind of lyrics, it'd be really creepy. Like last thing I think about when I go to sleep, and first thing I think of when I wake up. Like if he wasn't 14 and cute, this would be pretty creepy.
He's 14. I honestly don't know how. Like, I don't even think I liked girls when I was 14. I'm pretty sure that I was still like going through puberty, not even sure what's going on. Like, come on.
Yeah.
This is. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. There's one lyric that just pissed me off. Dramatic reading. You can show your friends you're taken when I send you those 3 words tonight. Here's my problem. So logically, if you're sending those are your last 3 words, she would also most likely be sleeping. So how is she going to show her friends that you sent her those last words? I guess you can show her tomorrow morning. And secondly, wouldn't her friends already know that she has a boyfriend? Why does she need to reaffirm this situation?
Because he's insecure and an idiot.
God, this like he's young, he's 14, and he's a decent singer. He's like the Justin Bieber kind of singing, like cute vocals. Yeah. But God, these lyrics are awful. You'd think someone would help him write these lyrics.
I don't think his age should be an excuse. Stevie Wonder made Uptight Everything's Alright when he was 14 or 15.
That's true. I mean, but like, for the most part, most 14-year-olds, they're just doing it for fun, but this was just pitiful.
Well, if he was doing it for fun, why wasn't it fun? It was absolute fucking... Oh my god.
Okay.
I agree that this is like Justin Bieber school book of pop, which is a bit weird saying that, but this sounds like the sort of acoustic stuff he was making in like 2010 just to like show he was a proper artist after making all those teen pop songs like Baby and One Time or whatever.
Yeah. So the next song was
a very bad song.
They were mostly, yeah. The next song is By Your Side. This is another generic sappy love song that he tried to make. I mean, there are some good romance songs out there. There's some really good love songs out there, but this was not one of them. The beat is generic, obnoxious, and then they have the EDM heavy chorus, which I hate, with like the baby voices. Oh God.
Yeah, this definitely has that problem.
And then again, you're 14. How are you gonna get away with your girl, and how are you gonna run away and always be by your side? And I'm like, this is the type of kid that takes relationships as seriously as a Louis C.K. stand-up show. Like, come on. Like, so people who sing like this are probably not the ones that are going to be taking a relationship seriously, because if you're going to take it seriously, you do it through actions and not through words. At least
right.
From my perspective. You don't need to be super sappy about it in every single song.
What about doing it through text?
Well,
That
that
seems
is
to be the kid's whole focus. Like your first criticism, Kush, is pretty much you could say the same thing, copy paste for every single song on this album. It all begins and ends with texting or Facebook or Twitter. And it's just like you don't know what you're talking about, and you don't know how to write about what you don't know what you're talking about.
But that's how relationships work these days. Oh God, this is an abortion of a song. This is like it's like he's taking the tropical house of a sound that Justin Bieber was doing in 2015, which he was doing decently enough for him, and made his own version of that. So say what you will about him, Justin Bieber, but he is influential to this guy.
Yeah,
Like I said, this is a very poor like rip-off of the tropical house pop that's been pretty popular, the EDM of the last few years, and I hate the squeaky 6-year-old. Don't know why it's 6. It could be 5. It could be 7-year-old vocals, and it just makes like a really boring chorus sound superficially catchy. That's a really big. I hate that. Songs that aren't good, they're just made to sound catchy. I hate it. I guess the beat's better here because I hate the finger snaps on the first song.
Yeah. So okay. So the
Oh
song,
my God.
the song "Bingo." I think we all agree this is the worst song on the album,
Well,
and one of the worst.
Let's just right. I heard this EP first, and when I heard this, I immediately posted to you two. Well, I'll actually get what if I can find it. What I posted, it was something like
You said something along the lines of God, this is the worst song I've ever heard.
I want to do a dramatic reading.
In the meantime, Kush and I can just sing chorus for a little bit, just to make sure we don't have any dead
No,
air.
here's my problem.
Oh my God.
Here's my problem with that chorus.
You could like.
The problem with that chorus.
No, he rips off. You know what? He rips off Frere Jacques.
Yeah, but then he calls it bingo. Like, what the hell does bingo have to do with anything?
No, the fact that he rips off the melody of that means it's probably because nursery rhymes are like the only reference point he knows. Like, I'm not even saying that to be funny, but he probably doesn't like know a lot of cool songs from the 60s, 70s to like reference. So, you know, I just can't. Okay, here's what I actually said when I first heard it. OMG, track 3 is the worst song I've ever heard. Not even joking, be prepared. And I was not joking. It is the worst song I've ever heard in my life. I can't think of one song I'd rather hear less than this at the moment. I hate it. I hate it. God.
So here, let me talk about my experience. The chorus is to the tune of Frere Jacques, but he calls it bingo. And I was thinking of like B-I-N-G-O, like, you know, like the bingo song, but like
That would have been stupid.
yeah, but like it would have made more sense with the
Yeah.
I mean, the song's already stupid, so you can't really do much worse than this. But the best lyrics I think on the entire album, "Lips like Kylie, so fine."
Oh my God.
And
I hate how he uses all those like hole ups, and I think at one point he says, "This is too lit." Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, light me up, fam.
He also has a line where he says he wants to meet her dad. Again, you're 14. Just go back to like studying algebra or something. Come on, it's not worth it right now.
Yeah, I hate that. Let's go meet her dad part. It's just not what you'd think. Like if you're at that stage, you're like in a stable relationship and you want to, you know, get to know the family because it might become your family. You know, it might be the people you know for the rest of your life. Or I don't know, maybe I'm overcomplicating it, but I just can't believe it when I heard that.
Well, I mean,
oh God,
like I don't think he knows the first thing about relationships to be talking about it, and he talks about it just like any 14-year-old or 15-year-old would. Probably what I was thinking back then too. It was like I'm just gonna kiss you and I'm gonna hug you and that's that. But there's so much more to a relationship that he doesn't mention at all.
It's just I hate. Like, I didn't like when he did those first 2 songs are romantic ballads, but I hate when he tries to be all hardcore rap, cool dude guy even more. Like this sounds like a bad rip-off of a rap song, a joke song. He cannot be serious with this.
Yeah, and also
Just
there's the heavy bass line. Like, the bass is heavy in the song, but it's painful to listen when he has this squeaky mouse voice in the back.
So just for, I don't know, just the sake of interesting discussion, sharing things with our good listeners, when I heard this song, I shared in our Skype conversation some songs that the whole EP really reminded me of. One is one that a lot of you are probably familiar with, Chain Hang Low by Who Cares What the artist's name was. The song was terrible. Just the same baffling, stupid choice of a song to, sample and interpolate, whatever you want to call it, that just like adds nothing and just makes it sound insultingly childish. And nursery rhymes in songs can work. Like, nobody really had a problem with somebody that I used to know being, Baba Black Sheep or whatever other song, Twinkle Twinkle. But there's just something about it that works. And Fun have a song on their first album that part of the chorus or pre-chorus is like the playground taunt, na 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 na, that sort of thing, and it works for what they want to do with the song and the lyrics and everything. But this just makes no sense. Like, it's just like, this is the only, like you said, this is the only musical reference that he could draw. But let's talk about the absolute best lyric in this song. Like, the lips like Kylie, like, that's idiotic, and it's going to date this song terribly.
Just before you do that, there's another bit where he's like, I'm going to show you to my crew. He definitely has a crew.
Oh, yeah. Big man on campus. Good. But yeah, like, best line of the song. Man, now I'm creeping up in her DM. You called yourself a creeper. You idiot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
the last thing I wrote for that song was, it makes people like Aaron Carter seem credible, or like, and that's, I never thought I'd say that, but it actually does. So
I feel like maybe we shouldn't be so hard on the kid and just be hard on his handlers and producers and the people who are saying, yes, we give you the okay to put this garbage out there.
Well, yeah, I do actually feel sorry for the kid, because I don't think he has that much input, really.
But I mean, in the end, the people are going to flock to him anyways, so...
Yeah, so, like I say, that was the worst song I've ever heard in my life. And I would never have heard of it if I wasn't doing this podcast, so I'm definitely learning new things. Oh dear.
So the next song was Love Me Back. And again, EDM chorus ruins the song. Terrible lyrics. The guitar line in the intro was the only redeeming quality in this album. And it wasn't a good guitar line, but in this pile of shit, it was just the nicer shit. Like, the more clean shit.
Yeah.
And...
well...
it was the one thing I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. And then the EDM came and he started rapping, and I'm like, stop the rapping, end my life. Just stop it. And
this sounded like Stairway to Heaven compared to Bingo, so he could have put anything afterwards and I would have been fine with it. I actually think this has a pretty good like guitar tone, and that's a really weird aspect to praise, but I'll take anything to praise. And even though it sounds like the guitar sounds a bit like Don't Let Me Down by the Chainsmokers, is that like his reference points? Like, I didn't sample it, but like, oh, what's popular? Let's do one of these type of songs.
Yeah,
I really don't like the like horns. I'm sick of songs that have like horns as the main hook, especially when they're not used interestingly. Like, That's My Girl by Fifth Harmony uses it pretty good, like carries the song. But songs like Trumpets by Jason Derulo, I just can't handle that stuff.
Yeah, that was probably the most tolerable song out of everything.
I think there's a song better than this on the album, but yeah, it's one of the more tolerable ones, probably.
So the next song...
odd I noticed...
Go ahead.
Something odd I noticed about this album is that except for the last track, the even-numbered songs have the most generic lyrics and the most generic sound, but they're all also the most listenable songs on the album. Like, I mean, hate on the EDM choruses or whatever, I didn't like them either, but like him being as generic as humanly possible is vastly preferable to him trying to have a personality.
Yeah, definitely.
At least in my opinion.
I wrote that this is like, I don't like this song, but I wouldn't mind hearing it if it like somehow, I don't know how, became like a radio hit. I wouldn't mind it. It wouldn't be the worst thing on the radio, and it's like passable enough for the current pop scene. And the current pop scene isn't that good, but it's definitely good enough for that. And I just hate. Yeah. Okay.
My favorite thing about this song is the last line of the chorus. If I said I liked you, would you love me back though?
Oh my god!
I hope not, because you said you liked her, not loved her. You do know how this works, right? It's an equivalent exchange thing.
I wrote that in my notes as well as being one of the worst lyrics I've ever heard, or like just completely clueless about what he's singing about. So yeah, pretty bad song, but like I say, sounds like Stairway to Heaven compared to Bingo, so don't mind it, I guess.
So the next song was Jordan's.
Oh.
And so okay, I saw the track listing and I'm like, oh, this song's not gonna be about love. It's the first lines, love you like a fresh pair of Jordans.
Oh my god!
And I think isn't that insulting to compare a girl to a pair of shoes?
I am going to use you for as long as you're useful to me, and then I'm going to throw you away and get a new one.
That's basically what he's saying. It's an object. Jordans. They're not like a lung transplant or something. They're material objects that you use until they're not fresh, I guess. You know, you could use them forever, I guess. But I hate and it's also like an age-appropriate metaphor, like, because they know he's 14, so they can't like do anything different than that.
So then there's a line that said, "You should rock my jersey number 23," like in reference to Michael Jordan. But that's not even your jersey. If you're
the Michael Jordan love.
No, I wouldn't even say that. Come on. And
yeah.
I'm
just joking. That's like what he's playing.
I wrote in my comments, "Why is this happening to me?"
I think we all feel like that.
The intro vocals were god awful. They had like the deep edited voice and like kind of like the Samuel Jackson of voices in the intro, and they just sound disgusting on this song.
He had that a few times through the album, and I hate it when anyone does it, but like so many times on such a short album, it's awful.
Yeah, he like does it to like disguise the fact he's, you know, not deep voiced. He's still a kid. Like I think he mainly does it on a hit or miss, I guess. But yeah, I hate it when they do that because it makes it sound so dated to this time period. Yeah, this was a very bad song as well. But it didn't annoy me as much as Bingo, but it's still probably my second least favourite, or one of the like bottom tier ones. Very bad, especially the lyrics.
So
can I rag on another lyric while we're still here?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hitting up threes like we in overtime. Let's think about that. So I guess he's a very charitable dater, just like, wow, that girl's only a 3. Okay, give her a shot.
God.
Like,
these lyrics,
I know that's not what he meant, but it's like you can take it that way so easily. It's just like, how did nobody think of this sort of thing? Or why am I thinking of this sort of thing?
Jacob, if you're listening, send your lyrics this way. We'll review them, we'll edit them, and we'll send them back free of charge.
I know. We'll actually make them passable.
Free, and remember, free of charge.
I rewrote a version of Whistle once that wasn't completely idiotic. So Jacob, if you want my credentials, I can send you along my amendments to that song, and we'll see what we can do. We can work something out here.
We definitely can.
So the next song was All My Friends, and then this song I'm like, oh, this is not a love song, and then I wrote Just Kidding, I Lied. This song starts off like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with my friends are cool, my friends this and that. And he's like, oh, I love you, so you should come hang out with me and my friends. And then talks about love. And I'm like, you could just kept it about your friends. Like, it's not a good topic.
Yeah.
It's not a good topic to talk about. But we need something else. Come on, give us something. Give us something else.
Yeah, it's more of a realistic topic point than every song being about love. I wrote this is the most passable song on here because it's got a pretty admittedly good melody. I cannot lie. Like I want to just say every song's bad, but this song is actually mediocre instead of bad. The main problem I have with it is that it's still Jacob singing, so he still has the same vocal problems. But I think if you gave this to another vocalist, it could be like a half decent song.
And how many different ways can you tell a girl you like her? Because he's pulling 7 so far out of his head. That's impressive.
Well, do we even know that he's writing these songs?
That's true.
I didn't see a writing credit on Wikipedia.
I don't think anyone wants credit for these songs.
Written by Alan Smithy.
Okay, so that song is it's passable at best. So the next song,
I still don't like it, but it's like I say, it's just. Although there is that gonna be a wild ride in a minute, just stop with these lyrics, please.
So the next song is probably my least favorite song on the album, worse than Bingo.
Okay, I kind of can see what you mean because this. I made a list on Rate Your Music of my 100 worst songs of 2016, and this topped the list. So yeah, I don't like it, and if not for Bingo, it probably would be my least favorite. I hate this song with a burning hatred. I guess.
I'm just gonna go through everything I wrote. The vocals are god awful. He sounds like garbage in the song, and let's say he sounded decent on the other ones. He sounds substantially worse on this song for some reason. And he starts rapping again. He should just stop rapping. It's not his thing. It doesn't sound good with him. It hurts a little bit.
It does. It really hurts me.
There's one line. If it stops beating, as in his heart stops beating, then it means I let you go. What does that mean?
What does this garbage mean?
There's another lyric that's like, it's the main part of the chorus. I hate the like now. Oh my god, it's just one of the worst things.
Mama.
Yeah, that stuff. Oh my god, it's like he thought that sounded cool in the recording studio, so he made like most of the song sound like that at the end of the chorus, and it's just one of the worst things I've ever heard.
God,
he sounds like some rapper here that I can't place, but I don't know why. It's just like that annoying high toned. Like I can't even describe it. Do either of you have any idea who it might sound like? Who it might be?
I wrote in my notes that this is a bit like a Drake rip-off song, but Drake doesn't sound like this vocally.
Yeah.
I just meant like in the way this song sounds a bit. The worst thing about this song for me is the whole like instrumentation. If you're gonna have a song, at least make the instrumentation passable, because that's the main key to making a song listenable. But this song has an annoying like vocal sample bop that carries, or it's meant to like be the main part, and it doesn't carry the song. And the beats are just weak finger snaps. So he has nothing to carry the song other than his vocals, and his vocals are really bad. And
melody is the worst.
It just doesn't work in any sense.
Yeah, that's most of the songs here, though.
Okay, I need
some other songs work in other senses.
Okay, well, we're at the end, guys. We're in the home stretch.
Well, I've got some other things to say about that. I just want to say that I heard that life gets harder when you're older. You heard about that, did you, Jacob?
Misty listens to adults.
It's just he's saying these things like they're big proclamations.
They might be to him, maybe. I mean, he's 14.
I was just about to say before, he's still referencing Blue's Clues. Like, at least when Bieber made a joke about Buzz Lightyear or something back in Boyfriend, at least Toy Story is something that the whole family and adults can enjoy. But you're 14! How do you even remember what Blue's Clues was?
I'm pretty sure that show ended a long time ago, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But it's like something that just keeps being referenced. It's just like you are not helping yourself sound professional or grown up or good by referencing a kids show. And I mean, if he was even like in his 30s, I could see some kind of irony to it. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm really stupid right now and I need something like meant for preschoolers to help me see what's going on. But no, he's 14, so it just sounds like he has no idea what he's talking about.
It's stuff like that makes me think he didn't write this stuff. Like the producers or whoever wrote the song probably
Very well
was like, Blue's Clues, the kids like that, all kid.
God, I
feel like if that was the case, then there would be a lot more references like that, at least in this song, really... not the whole EP.
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
Let's just call that a bad song and hang it there.
To do what? I'd play it.
Alex, you're cutting. Cam, you still there?
I'm here. I just have to remember to cut out that dead air.
Okay, so the last song was Sweatshirt, the remix. The song wasn't a remix, was it? I felt like it was the same as the original, so I went back to the original to listen to it. It was just a more acoustic version of it, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't heard the original. But yeah, it's weird when like an acoustic type version is called the remix.
Because normally remixes are more like EDM based or like electronic edited.
Yeah. And like. Back, Alex?
Yeah, sorry.
We're covering Sweatshirt, the remix.
Yeah, well, what I wrote for that was in my notes, the song that started it all.
Yeah, it was.
How much have you talked about?
Not much. It was bad a year ago, and it's still bad.
Yeah, the remix didn't.
It's not a remix. It's an acoustic. Let's just call it an acoustic.
Oh God. I still can't get over that. If you're not ready for my kiss, you can wear my sweatshirt. Like, it's different levels to his love. Like, oh, you're not ready for the advanced class. You can go in the beginner's class, which is wearing my sweatshirt. I mean, is that something that kids actually do?
Yeah, they actually do that. They like, you know how when you mentioned you can wear my jersey. I guess like kids, the girls wear like the guys' clothing from now sometimes. Like, I don't know. To show that they're claimed.
Well, what I actually wrote was that's actually a better indicator whether you'll be able to be together until the end, which is another lyric.
Yeah, I wrote that. Together till
kisses.
The end.
It's better indicator because in a long-term relationship you need to get used to each other's like body odors and smells. So
you're thinking way too much into this, buddy.
Yeah,
I know, but like, yeah, I know, but that's. Yeah, I am. But that is true. It is a better indicator. Like if Jacob smells like some not good stuff. Oh God. Well, they're not going to be into him.
Just the idea of being together till the end is such an abstract concept. You're 14 years old. At that age, you're what, 9th grade, I think.
Yeah, right about.
I have no idea.
So okay, so you're 14. Most people get married around let's say 27 is average marriage age. That's 13 years of dating, plus some, minus some, whatever. And you're gonna go through all of high school and all of college. Yeah, that's not likely.
Well, that's almost half of his age. That's almost half of his age.
Yeah.
More.
It's like double his age at that point.
Yeah.
So
he has to live his life again with this girlfriend.
And she's still wearing.
She has to live with him.
And she has to wear his sweater the whole time.
The same sweater the whole time.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to work out.
The one thing that I noted about this song, I'm pretty sure the guitar is a ripoff of Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah, I think I can see it. Yeah.
I used to have a Jesse McCartney Twister game that I used to play a lot.
Really?
Yeah, the only song was "Beautiful Soul," but I mean that's the only song he really made. So.
Oh, I want one of those now.
Yeah, but I mean,
not
it's just like the exact same thing. Like, now I'm trying to think of it, but all I can think of is the strumming that opened "We Are Never, Never, Ever," the history of never getting back together. But it's just like I can't even sing. I don't know why I'm trying to think of it so I can sing it to you guys. But yeah, it sounds almost exactly the same. It just doesn't like end the same way or go in the same direction.
So I also wrote, this is so offensive and sappy that this is so unoffensive and sappy that it becomes offensive in a way.
I'm offended by this song. I'm thoroughly offended.
And also, the last thing I wrote for the whole thing was, so yeah, bad song, bad EP, bad artist. But
I wouldn't say bad artist. He's young. I'm gonna give him that.
I know. I was kind of joking, but
yeah,
I do feel really, really bad for the kid because he probably has no concept of like quality control with his music, or if he does, he's not allowed to go anywhere near it. Because I think All My Friends comes closest to a good song on here, and it's still not good, obviously, but I think that's the only song on here that I'd ever even consider remotely, even if it's like one of the least likely things I'll ever do, listen to again. But I probably won't anyway.
Yeah. What would you rate it, Alex?
He broke his brain.
Well, I think I gave my rating earlier, 17 out of 10. Nah, it's probably more like 1.7 out of 10. That's even that, probably 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Beautiful.
Because all My Friends was a half decent song, and Love Me Back was passable. But everything else, and even aspects within those two half decent songs, were some of the worst things I ever heard. And I'm not. If an album contains the worst song I've ever heard in my life on it, even if every other song's good, it's only going to get like a 5. So this gets 1.
Yeah, Cam, how about you?
I will be extremely generous compared to our grumpy friend Alex, and I will give it a 2 out of 10. The one positive I can say for him over Bieber at his age is that he's not as whiny. He has a better voice, and he seems to have like a better understanding of how to use it, even though he really doesn't. But he doesn't have the, nasally quality that made Bieber so unbearable in the early days. And I think he's going to develop, if he sticks with a musical career, I feel like he could develop into a better singer, which he can hopefully parlay into being a better overall artist.
I can't wait till Jacob Sartorius releases the next OK Computer.
Or at least Emotion. Like, if he can pull that out, that would be amazing.
Oh, I would be very surprised, because even Call Me Maybe, I thought it was a pretty decent song when it came out. So if he makes a Emotion, I will be extremely impressed.
Okay, so how about a collaboration with Carly? We'll just call it that. Say that's good enough.
Yeah, I guess.
So I give this a 1.5, mainly because I felt like I ripped him to shreds. I ruined his life. I mean, he's a kid. I'll give him that. He's doing what he loves, so good on him for that. It's just that he needs some better writing, some better production. I think those are the two things. Like, I think his voice is decent for his 14-year-old. It's not bad.
I guess, yeah.
I think the production is just really bad and makes it sound much worse than it is. And he needs some new topics. Maybe he should start being more politically aware. Just get some Run the Jewels 3 kind of music going here.
God.
Oh, he also needs to stop rapping. That's one thing.
Yeah, he definitely does, because that is when the worst song I've ever heard and the worst song of 2017 or 16, Hit or Miss and Bingo, were both rap ones, so that's definitely not his forte.
Yeah.
God.
That's it.
Hope I never.
Any last words before we call this a day?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I am going to go listen to the Hungarian Suicide song about 300 times.
Yeah, I might just kill myself. Just end it here.
Yeah, just get over it with it. Yeah.
My computer, my brain, my phone, they've all been tainted.
Oh, Jacob, why did you do this?
Okay, well, that's it from us. Thanks for listening. If you like what you saw, then make sure you subscribe and leave a like down below. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Check us out on social media. We've got some great things up there. And also check out our other videos. There's a lot of good reviews and discussions.
And also check out Jacob Sartorius, because he's got some good stuff.